Hey, what's up guys? This is me Shanti and you're watching me on my YouTube channel The Layeri. Alright, today's video is going to be a review on the Max Factor X Masterpiece Nude Palette, and this is the 02 Golden Nudes, and I'm going to be giving you a short review and how I feel about this product. And if you're watching me and this video for the first time, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to click on this video. May I suggest that you watch till the end of this video, and if you like what you see and you have been enjoying this video, then perhaps can I suggest that you also subscribe to this small growing YouTube family that I have going on my channel. All that will be needed is for you to click on the subscribe button right down this video, and there will be a bell icon next to it. Make sure to click on it just so that you'll be updated and notified whenever new uploads are going up on my channel, and that's the thunder. I'm filming this review on a Sunday afternoon. I absolutely have nowhere to go. I have this eye look that's going on my face right now, and if you're keen and interested to know more about how you can recreate this look in the comfort of your own home, this makeup look should be up on my channel already. I'll put a link to it right here, and you can click on the eye and it will bring you straight to the makeup tutorial. But getting back to the content of today's video is going to be a review on this Max Factor Golden Nudes eyeshadow palette. If you're keen to know more about the product review on this bad boy, then please keep on watching. If you don't know already, I usually would just visit my nearest Watsons store to see what is in store. I just love rummaging through the drugstore to find drugstore as in Watsons personal care store. That's what we call it here in Singapore and Malaysia. I love finding new products that are coming out on shelves just so that I can try them, and I also love that the fact that they are a little bit more friendly on the pockets, and these are not too expensive when you compare them next to Sephora. But the only disadvantage is that sometimes eyeshadows in particular that are from the drugstore, they end up not being as pigmented as the ones that we can get from Sephora that host a lot of high-end brands like Urban Decay. Obviously, like Kat Von D Beauty, they have so much pigment and color payoff in their usual range of eyeshadow palettes that they have to offer, but they also come with very steep price tags that are not really in favor for people who are just trying out new makeup products. So I would definitely suggest that you try out the drugstores first. But again, with the drugstore, it's just that the pigmentation may not be as great as you possibly would have wanted it to, and also the color payoff may not be really steering you towards the right direction. They may be chalky. This is the situation. The price is quite high and the product is really good. The price is a little bit low, the product not necessarily be too good or really bad also. In my opinion, I really love this product, the Max Factor Golden Nudes palette, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 colors in this palette, and might I add that they are really pigmented. Since the time I've actually got my hands on this palette, I'm not able to put this down, especially if I want to have. I've been having a couple of events for the month of February, and this is the only eyeshadow palette that I've been reaching for. I like that it's really lightweight, and it comes in this box standard rectangular type of eyeshadow pans that are usually the case with drugstore brands. I must add that the only unique selling point is that I absolutely love the color range that's offered in this Golden Nudes palette, and I could see this working across a lot of many different complexions. So if you're someone who's a little bit light, a little bit in the middle like I am, or even deeper than I am, you would be absolutely blown away by the color pigmentation and payoff. As with a lot of eyeshadows that are already available in the market, I noticed that if you're really monster and you go really ham, taking a brush and just like going all at it, there's definitely going to be a lot of fallout. A simple way to minimize fallout, just make sure that you take a spritz of your makeup setting spray, dip it a little bit, and then go with a little few swipes. You don't have to really go ham. You can actually add on the pigment layer by layer, so you don't have to take a lot of product at one swipe and just dump it onto your eyelid. So that's one thing that I've noticed, that the color payoff on this palette has been spectacular, and the color range. The only thing I feel like the transition shade is not dark enough for my skin complexion, but it's not a big deal. That is something that I could actually pass on. Someone who may be of a deeper skin tone, you probably would find this shade to be of a transition color, obviously from this palette, to be a little bit not so suited for you. If that's the case, then the rest of the eyeshadow look that you can achieve may be done so from this palette, but perhaps you would be able to substitute a deeper, darker transition color of your choice. But that's not a problem for someone who is extremely fair complexion or even light, or someone around my complexion range, around mid-tone, you definitely will love this. I also love that the eyeshadow palette has a good range of shimmers, and they're not too sparkly like those kiddie makeup that we are so used to when we were growing up in the 80s. This has definitely have a very sophisticated kind of shimmer, not too fine to the point where they are shimmer like the ones that we can see from Becca Cosmetics. This has a little bit more chunk than the Becca Cosmetics, but not too chunky that they look like, you know, really emphasize a lot of fine lines and wrinkles and pores on your skin. I would definitely give this Max Factor palette a thumbs up. Since I had a lot of good experience working with this eyeshadow palette, I'm curious to find out how the rose gold palette from this brand also turns out to look like. I just wanted something to replace my Maybelline Nudes palette. As you would see, that a lot of the colors from this palette are very much quite similar, but when I compare it next to each other, Color Payoff from this palette blew me away immediately. And for the shimmer, I like this too, and they are a little bit creamy, not as powdery as you would have expected from the drugstore. I'm not sure if I have mentioned already, this palette is going for the price, I want to say about $27.90, but I would usually wait for some sort of discount to pop up on my phone and then go and purchase it. That's the only way I feel like I could save a little bit of money here and there. So if you're someone who's looking for a new eyeshadow palette, or you're someone who is a makeup junkie like I am, you would definitely want to give this Max Factor X Masterpiece Nude Palette Contouring Eyeshadows in the shade 02 Golden Nudes a try. I would say that they don't really have a lot of weight to it. I like that this could actually come with me for quick touch-ups. And let's not talk about the applicator tip on the applicator on this eyeshadow palette, because you know who uses this. I probably should just toss this into the dustbin, but don't ever even think about using this application tip. It's just a one-off use and it's really scrubby on the eyelids. Never use this. I feel like for the retail price of $27.90 on this Max Factor palette, they could have done a little bit better on the applicator brush thingy that comes. This is still very much like the kiddie ones or the makeup palettes that usually come with the application tip from the 80s. They could have probably just add a dual-ended brush like the ones that we get from Urban Decay. That's one of the reasons why I feel like $27.90, I expected better quality. Nevertheless, the 8 pen eyeshadow did not fail me at all. I absolutely love how they look like on my eyelids. They give a very sophisticated kind of makeup look that you can actually pull off for Indian makeup events or red carpet events, or even for something on a daily. You would be able to just use these two colors. This for the brow bone, this for the transition color, maybe a little bit of depth on the outer V with this. Actually, it's not deep matte. I would not say that it has a lot of glitter either, so it's in between a matte and a shimmer black that's on this palette. It's quite good to have a black because on days when you want to skip out on eyeliner, you just want a little bit of lash definition on your lash line, you could just take a little bit of a fine tipped brush, take this eyeshadow right here and just wiggle it along your lash line to get a more fuller effect, and just put a few coats of mascara. That would be done in a few minutes. There are just 2 matte shades I've observed in this 8 pan palette. The rest of them you'll be able to see in the swatch how beautiful they look like, and they're not too chunky, glittery. And that's it for today's review, guys, on this Max Factor X Masterpiece Nude Palette Contouring Eyeshadows in the shade 02 Golden Nudes. I'm not too sure whether Max Factor is cruelty free or not, but it is said on the back of the packaging that it is made in Canada. I'll put a link to information where I can find a lot more, whether it's on the petal list or not. And the full-on review will be going up on my blog, so don't forget to go and check my blog out at www.thelavy.blogspot.com. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, then what are you waiting for? It's completely free of charge. All that will be needed is to click on the subscribe button down this video that looks like this, and don't forget to click on the bell icon next to it, because I don't want you to be missing out on cool uploads that are coming up on my channel. And I will see you in my next video.